All right, everyone. Match 5. I'm Kent Ketter. I'm piloting blue-red spells, and this is Hot Takes. Let's go to it with another die roll, and hot fire. Hand looks great. We're gonna keep. Couldn't be better. Maybe a blue source. Don't draw a bunch of blue spells. Fun, 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 fun. Okay. Mountain. Go. They want to be aggressive this game. I'm okay with that. Ooh. Do we get another crack at company? Please. Please more company reps. Please more company reps. I really want to play against company again. I don't know if you could tell. Ah, the blue spell we didn't want. So the reason I want another crack at company is if I was to pick up this deck for a tournament, it has to start with beating that deck. Okie dokie. So I'm actually gonna one upstairs. Let's try to be a little more aggressive this sequence through. The punishes that our opponent has are pretty much all the same in that they're Dramoka's commands, and I would love for my opponent to use one to fight as opposed to eating a spell. So if they're the more aggressive version, that also works out in our favor. Misclick, 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 misclick. Aw, they know what they're doing. That's okay. I really didn't think they would misclick, to be perfectly honest, but it'd be nice. So what I would like here is any old land. Pop-a-diddy pop. Let's go 1, and then let's choose my favorite 2 modes. Oh, just gotta calm down. So it's kind of a nice little pinch here. I am going to target the Krasis, and I'm going to go upstairs. Quick explanation on that. I'm still going to put the Alchemist in front of it for a block. Like, my opponent wants to use a Dramoka's command. We're still in the same position we were last time. That's fine. Great. Second verse, same as the first. Except this next turn, if we can draw... Don't really think we have like a particularly busted draw, but just about anything would be good. Yep. Okay. Huh. Well. Blue-red. Storm Chaser. Ping. Blow this up. Get our damage. Get our triggers. So there's something to be said there for sequencing both Storm Chaser mages. But I think we want to sneak one in around a Spell Queller while we get the opportunity. Our opponent's starting to look like pretty taxed for life from here. 5, 4, 3. They might have the company, but oof, that's not what we want to see. Well, we're still going to block here. Actually, so if we block here and our opponent has the D command, oh, they don't even want it. I don't want a piece. So do I want to play? So here my thoughts are either play around the company or the Avacyn. Yeah, that's fine. We'll play around the Avacyn's the more likely punish here. If they want a company in response, okay. Vroom vroom. Give them the 2. Oh, I just want to get a little beats action in. A little tapper down. Okay, okay. I respect. I respect. I think we're ahead on this race though, and that's kind of nice. Okay. So we're definitely not in a blocking mood here. Do we have to be, actually? That'd be crazy. No. 8, 14. Nope, no blocks. Make them show it to us over and over and over again. Like, if we have... I guess another fight's about the same, but the Dromoka's command is going to be big game there. So, blinks this. Activate. 4, untap. Tight margins here. Tight margins. Woof. Maybe I'm just supposed to... yeah, that's right. I think I'm just supposed to run out... Ooh. Mistakes were made. So if I just run out the Fevered Vision, I'm going to get the draw regardless. And I was going to... I mean, it ended up being a brick, but you can't focus on that. So let's make our opponent show us... What? Nothing. We're dead. Okay. It took us for another little ride there. All right. Dispels. Fevered Vision seem bad. Lightning Axe seems good. So I wonder if I'm supposed to Gold Knight Castigator here. No, it goes under Spell Queller the same. Yeah, we're gonna try this. I do feel like the company matchup is winnable. I'm not supposed to keep this hand, but I'm gonna keep this hand because I believe both our colors, a 1-drop, a Dispel. I mean, this doesn't kill anything. 23 out of 53 is bad. Nope, we're gonna mulligan, and this is fine. All right. Well, hopefully these Thermo Alchemists will get us some traction. That might be the card that we're not seeing in a high enough volume necessarily for the given matchup. I see the Sanitarium a lot. Sorry, I see the Sanitarium quite a bit. We'll leave that on top because it's actually important to have a spot removal spell on the quick. Maybe the deck wants another blue source. I don't know. This is hot takes. This is not hot brews. I'm just gonna take it down. Win the matches. Winning. So we'd like to see a Shivan Reef on the following turn. Tap lands also. Just a blue source. Yeah, Alchemist on the play is definitely something that Vant's not really equipped to deal with. Ooh. And it looks like I am not incorrect in thinking alchemists are literal hot fire. Apologies for that. The second. Whew. Finds the land like a champion. So then if we can find another red source, we'll be real happy. So I wonder if from here the sequence is a... Yep. I would put money on a spell queller coming to quell our spells. Yeah, these 1-for-1 trades, I mean, it's reasonable that the opponent is going to have a decent sequence to, you know, cast a Collected Company and get out from underneath it. Definitely nice to have. I guess that's not really... It's not really like a mana... It's not an efficient trade upwards, but... Hopefully the opponent slams the Collected Company and play in bricks on Reflector Mage, and then we can follow up with some spicy meatballs of our own. Sure. Well. We're gonna additional cost discard a card, so we'll choose this. We're gonna discard this. We're then gonna tap this, and we're just gonna put 3 upstairs. My thought behind doing it now is I want to ensure that I get that off the table. With the Lumbering Falls, it's a little intimidating. I don't think we need to maximize value as much. We have an impulse for a follow-up play from the opponent. Interesting. Okay. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, we'll just pass the turn. Right? Yep, we'll pass. If they want to end a turn company, we will dispel. Okay, so still end a turn. We're going to kill it. Yep. Okay. So I don't really want a Sanitarium here. I like both the cards I have. Any future lands I draw, though, get Sanitariumed real quick. So that's an X3. See what we can do about finding us a nice little follow-up land. Okay. So let's go there. Nice. Alright, we're just going to pass the turn back. Same position we were. If our opponent goes land spell, we're looking real pretty. Because our Sanitarium now becomes one-sided. Or if they flash in anything into turn, we might take the same sequence. Sure. We're actually going to Sanitarium here. Discard that Shivan Reef. You got a 3/3. They had to discard a Lumbering Fall, so they're going to 6 us. Yeah, this feels very close, but Did you draw the Collected Company? No. Okay. That's good. Because that would have been powerful. And I would have been sad. This, on the other hand, just feels insane. Yeah, when they get it, like 1-for-1ing is just it. I mean, this isn't a 1-for-1. This is basically +1 for us. Yeah, we end up going up 1 card, but I have to say it feels tight. Like I might not pick up the spells deck in a company or in a field full of Bant Company. That might be where the builds with like Unsubstantiate and the like come into play. Huh. So I'm not sure what our opponent's like tanking on, but it's Magic Online, so we're gonna point this at the creature. It might be wrong. Like, you know, there has to eventually be a number of spells being cast. So if they put me to 12, I put them to 11. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to wait till next turn to flow. If our opponent's nice enough to... Doesn't look like they want to tap out, like, ever. Interesting. I think if I was him, I'd be fallsing. Well, I guess if he wants to falls, though, he has to deal a damage to himself, which is, like, pretty real cost. And we're just going to discard more cards that are not spells. Ooh. That's a tough one. So this is kind of the downside of well, our follow-up isn't bad, but if our opponent identifies that he's now in an advantage or draws a hit, and, well, that's not a hit, but yeah, this just feels like a pretty drawn out 1-for-1 fest, and they play Collected Company to draw 2 cards. So I'd have to say I'm hesitant to play this deck in a company filled meta. Bring in the beats. So we are getting an opportunity to Sanitarium for some value, which is very nice for the home team. Okay, so if we put him to 10 and then he puts us to less, so it's 2 damage worth 1 damage. Or no, 1, 2, 3, 4. No. So we're gonna hold this back. Try to stem a little bit of bleeding. Our opponent should have figured out by now that he wants to be holding on to at least a spell or a land or something. Which means, but he's taking 1 every time he activates. Oh, I didn't factor that in. Well, let's see what he wants to show us. Just the 3. Okay. And actually works out pretty well for us. So now we have a blocker for the Reflector Mage. We have a blocker for the we now have a blocker for the Lumbering Falls. So if he wants to take one, if our opponent would like to take a damage, they're welcome to, and we have sufficiently stalled the board. Nothing. Fascinating. I'm just going to pass here. I don't really want to give up any sort of major advantages. Actually, we're gonna poke in. If our opponent has the company or the Avacyn, that's obviously wonderful for them. I will hold off to try to, you know, kind of indicate that we have something. So that's a Queller. And if we went 2, 3, okay. So they get to have that regardless. So I need them to not hit spell. Okay, they didn't. Don't really support their... So we're going to take a couple here. We're going to shoot our opponent. So if we draw the right... No. Well, let's do it again. Is that what we need? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. So then we... discard this. 2 modes. 4, 3. Cast. Choose. Spell Queller. You. Untap trigger goes on the stack. Prowess trigger goes on the stack. Shoot them for 1. Untapu. Take. And then. Alright. It was a tight one, but we took it. Very interesting, very interesting. The blocking offered is just fantastic, and I definitely see where Thing in the Ice comes into play out of the other spell, or the other decks. Like, it just sets you up for these super awkward, like, so you want to deal with this. I think I keep looking at Gold Knight Castigator like I'm supposed to be doing something with it, but probably not. Alright, we'll keep the configuration the same. I still want to beat the same instants and sorceries, so Dispel's our weapon of choice out of the board. Let's just ride it. This hand's passable. Let them maybe mulligan once more, and then we can hopefully run away with it. Okay, your turn. Yep. So, Fumarole. Yeah, we don't need the over mana efficiency in this matchup. It's more likely the opponent's gonna have an X3. Yep. That is a-okay. So that one. And then we're just hopefully they brick on another. Good time for the home team. Not taking any damage. Still definitely concerned about the opponent having like the Queller in this next sequence. Excuse me. That's wonderful. So we'll be able to untap. Biscuits. So we're actually going to go land. We're going to Firecraft upstairs. Yeah, that's great. So Firecraft upstairs and then Impulse the creature. So next turn we have a Collective Defiance. That's probably going to be like blow up a creature, maybe play a land. We might get a 3-moded Defiance, which I'm not going to complain about. Oh, I smell a 3-mode. Draw a land here. still a 3 mode. No. Oh, it's basically the same thing, but we get an extra card out of it, do we? So we still get 3 cards out of this. Yeah. Yeah. 2 modes, 3 modes. No. Two modes. 3. Discard. Cast. Me. Opponent. And that's some high quality stuff right there. Got another Defiance to follow it up. Probably not next turn, but the turn after. Poke. I think we just write it from here. So I wonder what our opponent's like. Maybe just a higher cost card. Interesting. I think we're just gonna get a nice Defiance here, 2-moded. Creature, face, red. We're narrowing in, slowly but surely. Opponent hit Evolving Wilds, so unless they want, that is powerful. Blue, red, you. I choose. And then attack. Attack. Attack, 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 attack. Okay. So, I'm not really sure what our opponent is sequencing into. I mean, obviously stumbled, you know, a turn or two. Just trying to see which way is up at this point. I think we're gonna be okay. Let's go Impulse on you. We'll bust that up. Get out of here. We'll just attack for 3. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. If our opponent commits some mana, we can like get rid of probably this island here. If they don't commit any mana, okay, that's fine. If they hit a Reflector Mage, it's annoying, but it's like beatable. Sure. We're gonna do it anyway. Nice. Get rid of this one. And then untap. Huh. I'm gonna do it again. We're gonna discard this one. And I think from here we're actually incentivized to Alchemist and just pass back. Our opponent doesn't have a really great punish. If they can't deal with the Alchemist and the Kick Defiance on the next turn, we're going to be in pretty good shape. So they have to show us an answer to Alchemist and then answers to these cards on the next respective turn. We have a high life total. We did some good trading early. I feel like we're in good shape here. It's obviously not perfect. So I'm going to Impulse here. It's going to give me 2 abilities. It's going to give me the Prowess and the Untap, and give me a clear lane for attacking. If our opponent commits anything on the sequence, we're in good shape as well. So they negated. So the question is, with that negate... Oh, okay, we're fine. Yep, that one again. Discard a card. And yeah, this should lock it up pretty easily from here. Yep. So if they have another answer to the removal spell, which they might in accompanying, we then get to Defiance them. Oh. Okay. So that's going to tap there. So the Queller's going to go down. We're going to 2U anyway. And then we're going to 3U and lock this one up. This was a lovely, lovely sequence of a turn of events. All sorts of last card in hand. Target opponent, take some damage. This is fun. And then... let's see. One more time for the home team. All right. Blue-red spells! Yay! So, that was a tight one still. You notice things were very, very... I mean, just really tight on the sequencing. I feel like with... just a better understanding of the sideboard plan for that company matchup specifically, I think we would be in better shape. This is definitely something that I agree... Sorry. It's a hot take. Didn't play games previously, but I'm really intrigued by this one. So we're going to kind of see where it goes from here. I think Storm Chaser Mage has got some benefits. I'm sure that Todd's version with Thing in the Ice has some really good company benefits. You know, just bounce all your creatures, like replay on the, you know, also take 9. Good times, good times. Yeah, this was a good one. So, that was match 5. We ended up 4-1, lost to company, beat the mirror twice, and then beat a black X mid-range deck, which is, if you want to beat it at your locals, or you are just sick of losing to Delirium, Black-White, Grixis Pack, the whole bevy, give them the spells, all of them. 20 points worth right to the face. So, this was Kent Ketter with Hot Takes, Blue-Red Spells, brought to you by Cardhoarder. Thanks for tuning in. I am going to do a wrap-up after this, so check that out. Give some thoughts on the deck, and, you know, maybe go a little bit deeper. Some thoughts on maybe where it goes to, and reanalyze kind of my sideboarding and see what cards I wasn't accessing that I was supposed to. So, thanks for tuning in.